Pour yourself a cold one and join us for a show filled to the brim with fun, entertainment.
Let's do this. Come on, Ozarks Amphitheater.
Information.
Jesus, take the wheel, but don't honk it.
And a little weirdness.
So, you into sports?
I used to be. Do you like sports?
I like pizza.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
You've got the right spot. It's Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. A little bit later on in the show, we have a cat named Weasley we're going to be bringing onto the show. Also, we have our LOZ Dive Bar Tour where we head down in Lake Ozark to the Office Neighborhood Pub. And coming up next, we're going to be sitting down with our good friend Kara Gerdeman from Kids Harbor, finding out about the big barbecue bash. Stay right here to Happy Hour. We've got a great show lined up for you.
At Jennings Insurance Group, we want you to have the best possible coverage and the knowledge to use it. We work with many insurance companies, but we work for our clients. Are you tired of being pushed into healthcare coverage you don't want or understand? At Jennings, we give you the right to vote. If you are looking for a consultant who will meet with you to explain your options, Jennings is the right choice. For many, healthcare coverage is one of the most important decisions. Make the right choice. Call Jennings today, 573-693-9443.
This reminder to drive safe, boat safe is brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys. Buckle up and put your phones down.
For our Lake area teams, they've got their eye on the prize this season with big aspirations.
And basketball can be similar to driving, where sometimes it can be a matter of focus and attention.
Distracted driving led to over 25 fatal crashes on Missouri roadways in 2024 alone.
So be a part of the solution and not another statistic.
Always remember to buckle up and put your phones down. This reminder to drive safe, boat safe, brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group, and I'm your host, DJ Kyle. So thankful that you guys are here with us today, and I'm also so thankful that we have Kara Gerdeman here with us. How are you today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me, Kyle.
Well, it is always fun to have you on here, and I know that we have a lot of great stuff to cover, so we're going to jump right into this.
Absolutely.
And Kara is with Kids Harbor, and in case you didn't know what Kids Harbor does, boy, they do some amazing work. So why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the things that Kids Harbor has been up to? And I know that you've brought in some numbers of some people that have been reached this last year. So why don't you tell us about Kids Harbor?
Sure. So Kids Harbor's mission is to provide coordinated response, healing, and prevention of child abuse. The best way I can describe the agency is both a place and a process. As a place, we're a safe, child-friendly setting where kids can come talk about abuse that they may have experienced and heal from that abuse through advocacy, forensic medical exams, and trauma-informed evidence-based counseling. As a process, we bring together law enforcement, children's division, juvenile officers, prosecutors, medical and mental health providers, all of those entities that are investigating a child abuse case. We bring them to Kids Harbor rather than that child having to go to each one of those places designed for adults and talk to those entities about what's been happening in their lives. They come to Kids Harbor, they watch a forensic interview as the interview takes place with just the child and the interviewer, and those team members are in another room.
Wow.
And we're working together, collaborating. We get better investigations by doing that way. We're very child friendly, and we're reducing ongoing trauma that kids would experience from having to go to all of those places and telling their story over and over and over again.
I love that. It's like you're making a safe place for the kid and a safe environment because they've already gone through so much. And I love what Kids Harbor does, how you guys work really hand in hand with local law enforcement and and schools and stuff like that. So there's such a need for Kids Harbor at the lake and beyond. I just love really what you guys are doing. Now, of course, it does take money and finances to do what you do because you guys are reaching a lot of people. Tell us about some of the numbers that just the report from this last year.
Absolutely. So you touched on prevention and working with schools and things. And when I talk about what Kids Harbor does, that's another important aspect of our mission and organization is we do provide prevention education that is developmentally appropriate and trauma informed for kids in different school districts. And we're in many different school districts. In 2023 or 2024, I think we were in 18 different school districts.
Wow.
And provided that prevention education to 11,819 kids. We provided child sexual abuse prevention to more than 330 adults in 2024, and those prevention pieces are so important. We want to get out in front of the community and prevent child abuse from happening in the first place.
Yeah.
We don't want to see kids hurt. But, we also provided services. We had 623 referrals, new referrals for services for kids in our communities, and provided 416 medical exams, advocacy services to 1,246 kids. And, when we say referrals, and the reason some of those numbers are off is we may get a referral in January of 2025, but that case may not go to court or a jury trial and things until 18 months to 2 years from now. So we're continuing to provide services, ongoing services to those kids. We had 92 referrals for counseling and provided 648 counseling sessions in 2024 as well.
Wow.
So our advocates and all of our team, we provide services every day, anywhere from referrals for crime victim compensation, connecting a family with other resources that they may need in the community, with CADV or with a meeting at a prosecutor's office and things. So we provided over 12,000 services to child abuse victims and their safe caregivers in 2024.
So if you're sitting there thinking, that doesn't happen in the lake area, that's just doesn't happen, it does. And as you can tell, the numbers are quite staggering that it happens that much, and that's just the ones that we know that are happening. So of course we want to reach out, and the best way to be able to build Kids Harbor and to reach out into the community even more is fundraising and being able to have that money to be able to provide more things for the kids. So you guys always do one of the coolest fundraisers at the lake, I think. It's the barbecue bash, the Kids Harbor barbecue bash. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that? It's coming up April 26th, so mark your calendar right now. But tell us a little bit about the barbecue bash.
So the Go Blue Barbecue Bash is a fundraiser we do during the month of April. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, so we put more of a focus on that. And you're right, it is such a fun event. If you want good food, you want to listen to live music and have a lot of fun, come on out to our amateur barbecue competition, where we have community members that sign up to provide barbecue. We have several different categories. We have a pulled pork category. We have baked beans. We have a barbecue sauce entry. And then we have an all-in that is all of those. But we also have a special category called the Kids Harbor Challenge. And the unique piece to that is the competitors have no idea what meat they are getting until they pick up meat the week before the event. One year we had brisket, we've had ribs. Last year it was beef shank. It could be bologna, it could be
I was just going to say bologna.
It could be turkey, it could be chicken. It could be whatever Elmo and his team over at Redhead and High Tide come up with. And, they support us so much in this event. And Central Bank is our presenting sponsor. So it's just a really good time and a lot of great food and fun.
It really is. And it's like a festival. It's like a carnival. And here's the important thing. She said it's amateur barbecue only. So let's just say that you like to cook in the backyard. You like to make some barbecue for your friends. Why don't you get some friends together and create a team, because you're still looking for more teams to sign up, right?
We are. We've got 2 teams signed up right now, and the event just went live in the last couple of weeks. So we're super excited to have a couple of teams already signed up, and we're looking forward to getting some more teams. And our teams have so much fun. in the build-up as well as on the day of the event.
Yeah.
Working together. There's usually some trash talking going on as well.
That's what's fun.
It is. Our teams really have a lot of fun at the event, and I always hear such positive comments from those people in attendance that they're surprised at how good the food is and how difficult it is to choose a winner of the event, and of course the live music and enjoying live music the day of the event. People love it.
And I don't know how, but it's always perfect weather on the Kids Harbor Barbecue Bash Day. And how would someone get some more information about possibly being a sponsor for the Barbecue Bash or signing up one of their barbecue teams to do some cooking? How do they get that information?
They can go to our website, kidsharbormo.org, and sign up there. All the information, there's a pop-up on our website home screen that will take you directly to the event, and you can sign up to donate an item for our silent auction. You can choose to sponsor the event, sign up your team, and buy tickets.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So if you love kids, we all do, and you love having fun, we like that too.
Absolutely.
And you like barbecue? Well, there's no better place to be. It's April 26th. Again, mark your calendars. It's the Kids Harbor Barbecue Bash. Thank you so much for what you do. And I wish you the best of luck on the Barbecue Bash. And I hope that it's the largest barbecue bash to date.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you again for coming on. We have more happy hour coming up right after this.
Jennings Insurance Group, your local agency, is here to help navigate your choices and remove the guesswork when it comes to health insurance and retirement solutions. You have the right to vote on your healthcare and financial future. Our licensed and trained agents are ready to talk with you today.
Hey, it's your good buddy DJ Kyle, and I am personally inviting you and your friends and family out to join us for trivia nights. We do trivia at Alley Cats down on the Strip every Wednesday night at 6:30. Lots of prizes, lots of fun. And then again on Thursday night in Camdenton at the Highlander Public House at 6:30 again. So lots of fun. Make sure you get there early. We have tons of prizes. And at the Highlander Public House, we have a new thing. It's a trivia leaderboard to where you can add points each and every week and be a big winner at the end of the season. So we'll see you out and about.
There are so many incredible dive bars here at the lake, with great food, cold drinks, and everything else in between.
But we want to remind you to always designate a driver or a sober captain here at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Now another featured LOZ dive bar tour on Lake TV.
There is a bar located down HH in Lake Ozark, and it's right here across from Bittersweet. It's called the Office Neighborhood Pub. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you haven't. But I'll tell you what, it is a great place to get a great drink and a great atmosphere. But not only that, these folks are known for their fantastic food. So let's go sit down with owner Tony Bomarito, find out what the Office Neighborhood Pub has to offer.
The term dive bar has been around since 1871. While the name originally came from patrons diving into illegal drinking establishments hidden away in the lower levels of a building, it now has a different meaning. It's those hole-in-the-wall places, where stepping across the threshold is an experience of its own, where it feels a little like home and you expect Norm to walk through the door. On LOZ Dive Bars, DJ Kyle takes you all over the lake area to dive into underground speakeasies, hear those stories you have to see to believe, and uncover the rich history of both well-known and not-so-well-known watering holes. Grab a stool and enjoy the next installment of LOZ Dive Bars.
I'm here inside the office with our good friend Tony Bomarito. Tony, nice to have you here today.
Thanks for coming.
Tony, why don't you tell us a little bit about the office? When did it get started?
Well, guys, I started it at the end of 2014, so going out the first of the year in 2015. Decided I needed a fun little place at the end of Horseshoe Bend because there was nowhere to go hang out, nowhere to drink, nowhere for late nights, everything else. Yeah. So I'm like, well, hey, this place is a mile and a half from my house. This is no-brainer.
Yeah, and it probably makes it nice for you because you have of course, the summertime, your dock knockers is just nuts and crazy. And then you have the winter time where you shut that down and you can
come here.
Yeah, we relax a little bit just to come here and get real chaotic.
Exactly right. Never a dull moment with you. Huh?
Never.
So what made you come up with the name The Office?
I've had 7 restaurants here at Lake of the Ozarks, so of course I've experimented with everything. The one thing that always seems to work out is a place with a fun name, a fun menu, and that's neighborhoody. I had a lot of business people at this inn that would stop on the way home, so I named the place The Office, because how are you gonna get in trouble?
Exactly.
And literally when I first opened, we had a system on the phone that if somebody pulled up as a number that knew you, when we said, thanks for calling The Office, they're like, oh, well, is Brian there? Yes, can you hold, please? We put him on hold, and it would literally like he was at the office.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Until you hear all the music and the beer bottles clinking in the background. Then it got a little crazy.
You have really soft music in the background. You're like, he might be in a meeting right now with Jack Daniels, but he'll be out soon.
Well, and the concept at the beginning was fun, too, because we had office chairs everywhere, so you rolled around and did all the crazy. But, you know, people start getting a little crazy and drunk on them and then breaking chairs, and then it's not so fun after that.
We had to go to more stable chairs at that point.
So we went more of a family neighborhood pub now.
And I love the vibe in this place. Tell us, what are some of the things that like your locals and your regulars come in here for?
We do a happy hour Monday through Friday. It seems to be like the little happening spot about happy hour on through the night. So it worked out very well. We started incorporating food menu with it because not really anybody's doing happy hour food.
Yeah.
They do, but they don't to an inexpensive level.
I was hearing about your burger day. You have specials each and every day, and I heard about your burger day that you can get a burger, a side, and a drink and still be under $13-14.
Oh yeah.
With everything, and I think that is such an amazing
thing. We're like
thing.
your McDonald's with liquor, only better quality meats.
That's right, that's right.
No, we do a full-blown brisket burger. Tuesdays, we also have Taco Tuesday, which everybody does, but we offer a lot of tequila margarita specials on that day. Wednesday, we do a Chinese night. We're very, very concerned with the gluten allergies and everything. So we use rice flour on all of our products. We do not use any kind of peanut oil or soy oils. You want the best you can, so why do you not put it out in your restaurants as well? So.
And that's kind of a unique thing for a bar, because a lot of times bars, you just have the bar food that's like, well, we threw this together and here you go. It's going to taste good.
I can eat fried anyway.
Exactly. So let's talk about the food here, because this looks spectacular. Not only is it a great bar here at the office, but you can come by and get a spectacular meal. This looks like something from a steakhouse. Like, let's talk about this. First of all, let's start here.
So that's our famous mood board. We also offer that in a surf and turf, which you can have that with a piece of salmon next to it. Now that is a beautiful strip steak. We put it under tomatoes and onions, boars and cheese, baguettes on the side. It is a really fun dish, and we actually sell that as much as we do the next 2 items.
Oh, I bet so. This is also good to have on your own because there are full cloves of garlic here. So if you're not on your own when you start, yep, your breath
You're
will
gonna be on your own.
leave you on your own. So let's move on to this. This is the voodoo?
This is the voodoo pasta. This is the one we win all the awards in. This can come with snapper on it, shrimp in it. This dish here has blackened chicken on top of it.
Yeah.
This is a phenomenal dish that I created several years ago, and it just worked really well.
And I love the idea of the andouille. That, like, I can't wait to hop into here.
Absolutely.
But now, as we move down to this end, I feel like the table has kind of tilted because we have all the meats down here. This is, talk about a meat pizza. What is this one called?
So this is the infamous T-Bomb Explosion. This pizza has applewood smoked bacon, fresh pepperonis, red onions, jalapenos, real pure mozzarella cheese on a super thin style St. Louis crust.
I love that. So I say we get in and try this food. Look at the steak. The steak is just spectacular.
Make sure you get a little Boursin on that now. Doesn't disappoint, does it?
Yeah, that cheese is such a perfect addition and complement to everything that's on the plate. Now,
you're gonna get crazy.
Yeah, I gotta get crazy. I gotta sample some of this here. Wow.
It's got a flavor,
that
doesn't
sausage. got a great warmth to it. It doesn't seem too overpowering on the spice level, but it is just, it's like
flavor.
Warm on the inside, yeah, and flavor. And
All right.
we've got to
the
try
infamous.
this. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start here. If you see this meat, like that is just piled high. This is just gonna be a whole bite of gloriousness. And I love the jalapenos on the pizza. That's what we're talking about.
You got to if you're going to eat that pizza.
The thin crust. I don't know, everything's happening right now. The bacon.
It's hard to describe.
The pepperoni has that like spiciness to it, the jalapeno, wow. You must try this out. Get here, it's on HH, you can't miss it. You just drive down HH, it's on the left-hand side. It's the office. You can tell all of your friends, hey, just spending a little extra time at the office, and you'll get full, you'll have some great drinks. Tony, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you,
on the
pal.
show. We
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
that, man.
Jennings Insurance Group is your hometown agency giving you control over your choices in healthcare coverage and retirement. We use insurance as a tool to positively impact your life, giving you the peace of mind to handle whatever life throws your way. Our licensed agents are ready to offer you solutions today.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Back Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends. I am Megan Albers. This is Mary Meowmy Tilly, and this is an adorable baby here. This is Weasley.
It's Baby Weasley.
Baby Weasley,
Baby Weasley,
yes. He's very sweet.
He is Weasley because he is a redhead. Everybody comes in, they see his sign, and they go, "Oh, this cat's name is Wesley."
Wesley, yeah, I get that.
And I don't correct them, but
Close enough.
Because people are probably going to change your name anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Weasley is about 2.5 years old, and he may look familiar because we filmed him several months ago. He's been here since May.
Yeah.
And I believe we filmed him back in June. And at that time, he was back in our adult cat room.
Yes.
So Mr. Weasley here kind of joined a little gang. A gang of orange boys.
Oh no, they got together and shared the brain cell.
They got together, they collectively shared the brain cell. They were the henchmen of Mr. Picasso back there, and he was kind of leading this rebellion in the adult cat room.
Are you an anarchist?
I am a dangerous criminal wanted in 7 states.
Picasso ended up getting moved to another room, and which eased up things for a little bit in there. But then we had some cats that got moved around from one room to another. And some that got adopted, and it kind of, every time, that we have a lot of changes back in that room, it changes the hierarchy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what we saw happening was Weasley was one of the last of the Orange Gang members that was left.
Yes.
And he decided for some reason to start picking on a kitty that was back there named Candace.
Oh.
And in return, Candace knew that she couldn't beat him up because he was bigger. So she turned around and was retaliating against all the other younger ones that were in that room.
Like children.
Yes, and it was starting this kind of domino effect in there. So by moving Weasley out of that room and giving him his own space up here, he's in this lobby room where he can watch the bird. He loves to watch the birds out the window. He loves to watch all the goings on in the parking lot. Most days when you come in here, he's going to be up in his tower staring out the window. But that that eased things up in the cat room at the time. Since Candace was no longer getting picked on, then she was no longer retaliating against anybody else, and all was well back there.
That's good.
So that is why Weasley is currently in his own room.
You're just so sweet, though.
We do not really know how he's going to do around other cats because it could be chaos. It seemed like he got along very well with the other males, which is kind of odd. Normally,
it's rare, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, normally you put two males together and they're gonna fight, but maybe it was the whole orange thing. We all had one brain cell bouncing around between like four heads.
Yeah.
But I would kind of be more inclined to risk him with another male, maybe around his same age or younger, than with a female, I think. I'm afraid with a female, unless she was a very dominant personality, he might turn around and pick on her.
Yeah.
And then we do not know about dogs. I feel like he could put a dog in his place.
Possibly.
But one thing that there is to know about Weasley, and one of the reasons why he is still here with us, is because he is what I call a love nipper.
Yes.
And which means that he shows his affection
my nose at one point.
by chewing on you.
Yes.
He loves to chew on the fingers and the arms. He got you on the nose earlier. So, and he never bites really hard.
It's not, it hurts, but it doesn't break the skin.
Yeah, you feel the teeth. Yeah. They are very pointy.
Yes.
You feel the teeth, but he's done this to me numerous times. He's never broken skin on me. I'm trying to teach him like you do, like with little kittens. You very loudly say, ow, and react, and he's like, oh, what did I do?
Yes.
So, but then he turns around and does it again. So you got to be able to tolerate the nips
if you're gonna.
Yes. Cute aggression. I believe there's a song about that.
That's what it is. He's like, oh, human, you're so cute. I could just eat you.
Exactly. But so we have him listed as no very young kids because the times the toddlers and the little ones come in here and then he nips them and they cry and freak out, and so we have him listed as no very young kids, and probably no older people who have thin skin and if you have the thin skin where you bleed easy or something, then he's probably not going to be the best match for you. But otherwise, he's a very sweet boy, very playful, very loving. One time, a couple months ago, when the leaves were down, before the snow hit, when all the leaves were out there, he kept watching all the leaves swirl around in the parking lot, and so we went out and we grabbed him a handful of leaves and brought them in the room. And this cat had a blast. He would get up on the tower and jump down into the leaf pile and scatter them everywhere. And he was just in kitty heaven.
Kitty heaven. That's
I felt really bad for the person who had to clean his room the next day. But we took video and showed everybody how much he enjoyed it. So I hope that made it worth the cleaning.
Yes.
But he's a lot of fun and definitely, needs to get out of here sooner rather than later and find his place in the world.
Yes, perfect. Well, you're looking for an aggressive lover who loves to play in leaves. He might just be the kitty for you. You can, of course, always apply to adopt at ozarkscatandcanine.com. And I always recommend come on down to the shelter, let him bite on you. It's a good time. Thanks so much, Mary.
Thank you.
That does it for another Furry Friends.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on Happy Hour. I'm your host, DJ Kyle, and Happy Hour is presented by our good friends at Jennings Insurance Group. And I wanted to just say thanks to all of the guests that we had on the show. Of course, our furry friends, that cat named Weasley, Tony Bomarito from the Office Neighborhood Pub, and Kara Gerdeman from Kids Harbor. Thank you all so much for joining us this week. Don't forget, next week, another edition of Happy Hour. Until then, stay right here to Lake TV.